go. That's all right. Make sure this is all good. Boom. Let me just get the live up. ColezTrades. There we go. Hello, hello Garloff. Hello, hello Darren. Hello Adam. Just gonna put this in the live trading section. Live here. Boom. There we go. Perfect. Hello, how is everyone? How is everyone? So, I do apologise on the late live tonight. I dropped a few messages in earlier saying that it was going to be a late one. Didn't expect it to be as late, but just had a great meeting earlier, and then just had a great catch-up call with Bella, and we've got massive things in the community coming from Bella as well. Do apologise on the camera as well. I've come back in and I'm travelling over the next few days, so I've got my camera like packed up. Hello Trade Sales, hello Chris, hello Zoe, hello Drew, hello DB, hello Andy, hello Eve. How is everyone? If you are new to the live, then I'm looking at that camera over there. What we tend to do on the live is have a quick catch up, see how everyone is. Then from there, we'll get into the charts, mark them up, come with a plan for tomorrow. And yeah, session car park waiting to pick up my guts. And nice Lady H. Hello Nisi, hello new trader. Hello Bella, I haven't spoke to you in a while. Hello, excuse me, hello Jonathan. Hello Nate, Beth. How is everyone? How's everyone doing? How's everyone found today? Obviously, gold's still absolutely booming on its way to 5k, which is really nice. So, should be an interesting, some interesting levels to mark out. And to those who are holding partial positions from any previous buy positions, definitely sitting nicely in profit now, which is really good to see. Can't see anything. Eve, you should be able to. Let me know what it looks like. It should be all good. I can see it on this screen, and I think everyone else can, so let me know. Oh, you mean you can't see any levels? Ah, okay. Am I long? Hello, supercomputer. First out into Asian for gold. We'll get into it. So first things, one thing which is really important is when price is, let me just move this off here. There we go. When price is just making higher highs and price is near all-time high, etc., etc., something which is important is, okay, how do you trade that? How do you trade when price is making all-time highs? What levels do you go off? First thing is, if price is making all-time highs, you want to be looking for buy positions, okay? That's the first thing. You don't want to be trying to catch the top. Like, trying to catch the top is never a good idea. Okay, all good, Eve. But yeah, trying to catch the top is obviously never a good idea. And then if you zoom out to a higher time frame, like for example, if we go on the 1 hour now, it's just one line up. Like, we can't really look for levels in this scenario. But because we've got such a strong bias to the upside, because we have made an all-time high, we can zoom into the lower time frames and look for levels from there. So I'm going to do the exact same thing I do on like the 24 minute / 30 minute, but because we're so bullish, I'm going to zoom into the time frames and basically do it on the lower time frames. I thought, why did I do that? Yeah, exactly. I was looking for a sell position at this value area high plus it was a 0.886, and we did get, there was a serious amount of turbulence in that zone. But yeah, it just absolutely bust through. But luckily, you know, if you're, I hope a lot of you are holding buy positions from previous buy areas. And so it's not too bad. Mainly this month and the past sort of 3 months, I've said this a few times, but the main bias is obviously gold to the upside. Like, you know, everything in the world is just absolutely flooding money into gold with the huge geopolitical fragmentation that's gone on, and then the sort of militarization of America, and then also Trump trying to get Jerome out, to put someone else in so they can lower interest rates, which is bad for inflation. The whole thing which is going on with Greenland, like everything factors into gold absolutely skyrocketing. And so mainly I've been each buy position. I'm holding partials. I've said this for years and years and years since I started the lives. But holding part of your position to ride past take profit. You can see now it's very, very effective. And then hedging sell positions. So what do I mean by hedging? Instead of holding onto those sell positions, instead of closing out the buys, which I don't want to do, I hedge the buys with sells in the short term to try and capture these short pullbacks. And so that's what really been looking to do. As the one that I marked up that made me more confident, but I guess that's trading. Exactly, Eve, exactly. And something which is important as well is inside the private group when like, let's say I post a level and then Greg posts a level and Brandon, and if we're all doing it together, that doesn't mean it's guaranteed at all. We can be wrong, that's fine. In trading, you are wrong a lot. Sometimes you're very much right, like I can't remember the exact level that I think me and Greg had this level on here. I'm pretty sure Greg gave the signal for it. I was live when this happened as well. But stuff like this, we can be very, very, very right, but then we can also be wrong. Like in trading, you are wrong. It happens. It is what it is. Hello, XPR. I completely agree. It has been very nice. I do actually, I think I'm going to have a late one tonight, as I do have a flight in 3 hours and 40 minutes. I need to leave for a flight. And then there's also, oh God, I'm screwed for the next 24 hours. Is going to be tough. But yeah, we'll see what positions we can find, and we'll have sort of a chill live. And then again, if you do have any questions, sort of anything at all regarding trading, regarding the private group, anything at all, you can always let me know. Either drop a comment in the live, or you can message me on the Telegram in the YouTube description. Drop me a message, and I'll be there. Maybe the market killed you today. What happened? Why did the market kill you? I'm going to Doha for 2 nights. So, yeah, it's Qatar. And then back on Monday I've got a very, very, very big thing happening on Monday as well. So that'll be cool. I appreciate that, XPR. I appreciate that. Hello, Lee. World free speech. You're on about you're going for the Tesla shorts now. Lucky Max, yeah, it should be good, but just very, very busy. I mean, one thing which is difficult is running everything and then traveling. Like, traveling's annoying. Luckily, it's a short flight. It's only a 1-hour flight, so it's actually not too bad at all. In the private group today, all good, Ashi, all good. World free speech. Why are you on Tesla cells? Just a 3.5-hour live. DB, we'll see. I do have a few other things I've got to do tonight actually as well. But yeah, should be fun. TP at 4906, and I went all the way back up and hit my stop loss. So about to hit TP in 49. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. But those things happen. Look, those things happen. It's definitely been a very, very, very good past 30 days. Has been really nice, but past sort of 20 days especially have been very, very nice. But things happen, and yeah. Hire me as your temp assistant, right? It won't charge you. Things are from staff and everything behind the scenes. Things are good, but it's just busy. But I appreciate that new trade. I appreciate that. I do like the idea of 24/7 cold streams. Yeah, this is something which I've ran by a good few. I keep looking at that bloody camera. A good few people actually. And I did speak to my brother and dad when I was back in the UK about a sort of Soccer AM. They've got the radio station for football in the morning. I feel like a trading one would actually be really cool, and like 24/7 like trading show where, you know, I'm on during these times, and then you've got Adam on, and then you got Jay on, and then you got Brandon on, etc. I think that'd be really cool. So whenever you're, you know, throughout the day, whatever session you're trading, you can, you know, log onto the live and get their opinions on the market right there and then. You know where it's going to be, and so that is something which I do see in the future. Obviously, that'll take a lot of time from a lot of people, and it'll be pretty interesting to swap people's lives over. I don't know, it'll be weird, but I definitely think getting a scheduled like Brandon and Adam show or something like this, or you know, those types of things in the future is definitely something we can look forward to. That would be brilliant. Yeah, it would be really, really cool. But obviously, you know, 24 hours, that's a lot of that's a lot of hours. That's a lot of hours. So yeah, we'll see. I need someone. There's actually a trader I know in Asia, and he could. I mean, he's in Asia and trades Asia session, so that could be cool as well. We do have something really, really, really cool starting in the group within the next 2 weeks as well. I did hint at it in the Discord. There's a few big things, so you'll notice if you're in the private group, there's a few big changes going on. You know, the Discord's been really slimmed, Telegram as well, trying to really, really slim down the process and make everything more everything easier to navigate and simpler and more convenient for everyone here. And there's something else we've slimmed down to bring in a couple of things. One of them in particular is next level. I did say it in the group before, but we're looking to a good friend of mine, very, very good friend of mine, just one of the nicest people ever. He's multi 8-figure trader. He's going to be helping out in the group as well, doing some he trades mostly fundamentals with a really cool technical execution model, which is really, really nice. He's going to be in the group just giving out value, so that's going to be really, really cool as well. Again, multiple 8-figure trader, and an incredible story to go along with it as well, and one of the nicest people ever. New trader, yeah, that definitely as well. Discord is far better calls. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it is slimmed down nicely. I think everything's very, very convenient. And so, yeah, I do really, really like it. And by the way, Craig as well, he's the reason why his section went from in the Discord is because Craig kind of just like floats around everywhere and he's helping everywhere. So his section, I spoke to him about it, and we sort of kind of came to the conclusion that his section isn't really that like good in the grand scheme of things because he is kind of everywhere, and so that's why we did that. And there's a really, really cool thing coming with Craig at the end of the month when we do the next challenge. That's going to be really cool as well. And by the way, guys, if you do enjoy the live, double tapping the screen does help spread out the live. Sounds awesome. Yeah, 8 figures. Yeah, very, very big. He just got I was speaking to him earlier. He just got his what was it? He got a new Porsche and Range Rover imported from Germany the other day, and he was sending me videos, which was cool. But he's one of the most like, just like, I'm not going to say too much because you guys, when you meet him, you'll realize you'll realize very quickly. What's that? Working on a new approach with VMN. Adam, keep us updated. Look forward to seeing it. But yeah, definitely exciting things coming. Definitely. DB, so we thought sort of having that in the hobbies and like hobbies, lifestyle, and like gaming section, having that in one section, just because, and this wasn't just like this section we don't like, or this we don't like, or whatever. It was me and manager Ben. A few nights ago, we went through the statistics of which sections are used the most, and sort of looking at what's being posted, etc., etc., etc. And so we decided that section condensed into one makes more sense. And the volume of messages, if we combine the amount of messages in all three, that comes out to below the amount of messages in another chat. And that other chat is very healthy and very good, so we feel that we can combine them and it be still fine. And we feel like, you know, fitness, hobbies, this, that, and the other does go together nicely in one section. So yeah, it's just going to be good, Adam. Eve, definitely, he's putting up some walls. We've got something really cool with Craig though. I don't know whether to say it now or not. I'm unsure. It's Let me know if you want me to give you a hint of what's to come at the next challenge that involves Craig. Let me know. For the challenge 2 was fresh in the group. Last challenge launched, so didn't get involved, but ready to take things. Nicely. Sounds very good. Spill it. Yes. So on the next challenge, one of the things. So in this next challenge, we're going to have all of the educators in one group this time, so you don't pick a particular educator, which is obviously really good, and it's going to be an educator group. Adam J is going to get involved in it as well, and then also throughout the group, Craig's going to be sort of messaging everyone and this, that, and the other, and really like hands-on during that 2-week challenge. And then afterwards, you got the reports last time. Craig, I'm gonna basically get. Craig is gonna do a report for each person. So you'll notice a few people in the Discord have had reports off Craig. It's a new thing which he was trying, and it was basically just looking at your sort of trade history, looking at speaking to you, getting some more information in your system, where you're at now, etc., and basically building out a little plan for you, personalized to you. Now Craig, as you all know, has got an incredible knowledge in trading, and so for the next challenge, all of you are going to get a report from Craig. And he said to me please make everyone aware that I won't be able to do them quickly. I'm there's obviously going to be a lot. So yeah, that's coming as well, which is going to be really good. A few people who have got the sort of test reports. One of them, for example, is Sam. He got his 20-30 days ago, and then, as you all know, you've seen the Discord, Sam passed his FTMO challenge literally 20 days later. Sam's been really going for it in trading, and then he's got that report off Craig. He's really stuck to it, and he's done amazing. And then he's passed his FTMO challenge, which is amazing. I think it's a testament to that as well. Yeah, it's going to be really cool. Get his typers figures back. I agree with that, Adam. Look, he's going to be, he's definitely going to be busy, to say the least. He's definitely going to be very busy. But I want that for those who aren't in the group as well, and who don't know. Basically, every so often we're going to do a challenge, which is basically a 2-week period where we just lock in. We bring everyone together, set out certain rules, and then if those rules, if you stick to those rules, I'll cover the losses. And then also just everyone for a 2-week period, everyone's just okay, for this 2 weeks, my risk management is going to be on point. I'm going to do this. I'm going to fully lock in for this 2 weeks, and just fully go for it. And I think having that time, if it's just with trading, if you just 24/7, week after week, just going through it, I think you can get into bad habits, and you never really get that big push of motivation. Or if it's okay, the challenge is 2 weeks, here it is. It sort of invokes you to be okay, I've been going through it. I've been hitting this wall and hit this wall. For this 2 weeks, I am going to lock in. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to prove to myself, prove to everyone that I can do this, and just really go for it. It's only 2 weeks, it's not long. And if you can do it in 2 weeks, you can continue it. You can take those habits that you build during that and continue with them going forward. And that's basically the thesis behind it. DB. Craig's a G. I 100% agree with that. Craig is a legend. Craig's an absolute, just brilliant. 100% like always. Craig is a complete beast. I do agree with that. Craig is amazing, and everyone inside the group. We've got an amazing team now, which is just absolutely incredible, and we're really trying to maximize that and pull everything together, and make it simpler and easier for you guys. A lot of changes have gone on this month, and a lot more will continue to go on in the next month as well. Just getting things absolutely locked and loaded to just go ballistic, and we've seen record profits. Especially this week and last week, record profits. We have got a guy, I can't even believe I'm saying this, but there's a guy in the group who's actually up $180,000 this month. He's up $180,000. What? And then also there's a few other things going, there's a few, basically we've got, this is a cool idea. this might be the first time a lot of you are hearing this. So obviously we've got the in-person event coming end of February. More information very, very soon on that. It's a bit of a pain to get everything sorted, but more information on that. And then also something that's going on behind the sort of scenes is we've got a sort of small team of people who are like the success stories in the group. They're going to them in person, crew obviously making sure everything's all good, going to them in person and sort of filming and seeing their journey like in person and doing that. Like a film crew is going there and like literally recording how they've got on along in their journey and yeah, which is really, really cool. And that's there to obviously show how well they've done, but then also inspire others in the community to get to that level as well. And I think that's important to do in trading. I think trading's an absolute bitch. Sorry for the language, but it is annoying. But showing that, you know, people exactly like you, exactly in your situation, can, you know, get to that next stage, I think is very important. That's insane profits. Yeah, it is. So yeah, that was on the private funding service that we have inside the private group. He had a 360k account. He's actually been like good risk management and everything. Like actually done. He hasn't just full ported gold and got a lucky trade. He's actually been like genuinely doing very, very well. And so yeah, it's crazy. Learning challenge. New trader, I definitely recommend looking through the resources, the resources section that I've renamed it now. It's called that education and courses section in the private group. Looking through there, there's like 10 PDFs and a bunch of videos. If you go through that, okay, and like if you see something and then you do it on the chart. You see something and then you do it on the chart. You see something, you do it on the chart. You go through all of those videos, there's no way, and all those PDFs, there's no way you don't come out of it with a very good knowledge. As long as you, like, okay, Max has said, like, about this. Okay, I'm going to go onto my own chart and I'm going to just see what he means by this. And I'm going to mark it myself. If you don't know, like, this is genuinely the and I need to sort of do a little video on this and explain this because I think it's very, very important. But I think the sort of path of going into that section, going to the first video and just looking at that, and then what goes on in that, you just do it at your chart. If you can't, you struggle, you ask in the Discord, and then eventually you'll be able to do it, and then you go on to the next part, and then ask in the Discord, you'll eventually do it. And it's literally just, okay, go through this, do this at chart. Go through this, do this at chart. Go through this. If run into roadblock, go into Discord and ask for help. Okay, you've gone through that. And then by the time you get to the end of that section, you'll have an absolutely unbelievable mindset towards trading and an unbelievable knowledge as well. 100%. You are absolutely insane. 100%, 100%. Bros, yeah, I do agree with that. New trader, drop me a message on Telegram and we'll get things going forward from there. I mean, reading all of them, I think you should be locked in with that. But drop me a message and we'll sort of get something going from there. 100%. Or yeah, Darren's put it. New trader, I think it's a good idea if you are in the group, booking in a call with Adam's support. He can really put you on the right track as well. Or just messaging, you know, educators, this, that, and the other. Drop me a message and yeah, we'll get you sorted. Okay, good. Sounds good, Adam. Nate One Dog, the link on the YouTube description, that takes you to the public group. From there, you can get to the private group, and then in the private group, the section is called. I've literally renamed it today and put them all in one section. It's called Trading Courses and Resources. So in there's my live chart, so you can see what I've actually got on my chart. There's my strategy, which is outlined in a really nice PDF, outlined clearly with Fu Manchu guide, etc. And then there's a how to set risk in terms of pips. Then there's an abbreviation PDF, so a lot of the terms which I use. For example, value area high, spread, VWAP, ROI, things like this is there as well. Then there's a few resources from C.org about why sort of normal public retail trading strategies don't work, and a good approach from there. Then there's a psychology guide, which is absolutely amazing. Who put this together again? I can't remember who did put this together. They absolutely killed it. They didn't put the name on it. Who did put that together? Because I remember when they sent it to me, it was absolutely amazing. Fibonacci guide as well. Ultimate trading guide, which is like 140 pages, and then there's a few other things as there, and then there's courses above that. So it's all the resources in there are very, very, very good. Okay, sounds good, Adam. I appreciate that, Jack. I appreciate that. Yeah, new trader it's sort of the gold standard for marking up charts. Yeah, I do think the course I do think there's a lot of value there. I know a lot of people are using, which is really good. Big shout out to Adam in the group, who's not Adam support, other Adam. Big shout out to Adam support as well, but other Adam. He's using my strategy paired with the like fundamental bias within C.org section, and he's crushing it, like doing so well. So that's really good as well. And you can sort of, something which is really important, we went over it, I recently had a call with XPR. So I've done like a call a day with members for the past like week, which is really, really cool. And the call I did with XPR, I think that was yesterday. One of the things which came up, and XPR is now, he's really, going to that next stage, which is really, really, really good. Like he's doing well. He should be on track to get a nice payout next month, which is really, really cool. And something we spoke about was basically getting things from lots of different systems. Like you're not gonna perfectly align with my system. You're not going to perfectly align with someone else's system. The idea that you can just copy a system like pinpoint for pinpoint, just it isn't really a thing. And a system that you can copy from like you can mechanically copy it A, B, C, D. It doesn't really work, because then that edge in the market will be diminished, because everyone would be using it and it wouldn't work anymore. These markets are too efficient for that to be the case. But what you can do is you can pull a little thing from there, 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 form your own little system, which is a culmination of that, and then you're the expert on that system because you built it. And I think an important thing in trading is to seriously profit. I think you need to be an expert on your system, and so having little tweaks in there to where it isn't the same as anyone else's system, it's your system. Then because it's your system and you built it, you're the expert on it. You need to be the expert on your system. I think that's very, very important. Nixie, C.org sections in the Discord. He is we're changing his section around a bit just to make it easier for you guys as well. So there's sections that have moved around there. I'm pretty sure it did. It might have disappeared for those who aren't like fully in his section. But yeah, it's just moving around a bit. It should be all sorted tomorrow though. But yeah, that's in the Discord. Thank you, brother. Also help me on our one-to-one calls, Adam. Nice, Jack. Amazing. Because in the Discord, I'm also in that, and it's insane, but you do pay for that. All Max stuff is free. It's just an extra. Yeah, that's yeah. So that's an extra in the group, but he does provide a lot of free resources in there as well. I mean, his levels are absolutely on point, and then also we've discussed basically what we're going to do with C.org. He's going to be posting his levels, which are like, I recommend you go in the Discord and just look. The words can't do it justice, but are very, very, very good. And then he's also going to be putting out PDFs about once a week, which are breaking down sort of a common misconception in the retail trading space versus reality, which I think is very good. And then some bite-sized information throughout the week, just very, very, very small bite-sized information that you can take on board in your trading. And then also he's going to be doing a live call once every week, once every 2 weeks as well, breaking down something which is really, really cool. So a lot of value from him as well, which is going to be really good. Laura, so the best way to do stop losses from levels. So for example here, this was a level which was marked up on last night's live. If you're on last night's live, you will have seen this level, absolute top before the huge move down. So the best thing to do here is go on to either like, if you're looking for confirmations on like the 1 minute/3 minute, then go slightly above that, or go on your midterm time frame, so like the 15 minute. And then just look to the left-hand side of your chart and put it either above previous resistance or just previous levels. So we can see here, we've got like a bottom here, a bottom here, we've got a high here. So you could maybe put your stop loss, if you got in on this trade there, you could probably put your stop loss there, just above this previous level here. You're above this low, you're above this low, you're above this high. You're basically equal to this high, and then you can do that. It's basically just, there's no perfect way to do a stop loss. And this is a really important point as well. If there was a perfect way to do a stop loss, the market would just take all the stops out. Like, that's a sitting duck of liquidity. Like, it just, if everyone put their stop loss in the same position, it just wouldn't work out. And so the best way to learn about your stop loss, and you might do well with a wider stop loss and a lower risk to reward. That's the thing. You're not going to have a super tight stop loss and a super high risk to reward and a super high win rate. You need to sacrifice risk to reward to increase win rate. So are you someone who wants that high win rate? Then you need to use a wider stop loss. Are you someone who wants that really high risk to reward, but chances are you're going to get wicked out on a lot of trades? Then use that tighter stop loss. The best way to dial in your stop losses is A, look to the left-hand side of your chart, put your stop loss above a high or below a low. Very simple. Journaling your trades, screenshotting them, and seeing, okay, was this stop loss hit and then did it go the other way? Like, if all of your stop losses are hit and they continue to go in that direction, you know you're using a good stop loss. If your stop loss is hit and then it reverses and goes in your way, you know you need to fix something. And so that comes from journaling, and something which is, it's boring as hell, but it's one thing which is guaranteed pretty much to improve your trading. Yeah, exactly, Jack, yeah. All good, Laura. Okay, we'll get that dialed in. And then, yeah, the new Fu Manchu video is coming out very soon as well. That was in the, I polled that, so that's going to be really, really, really good. I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully it's out Sunday, and then going to be doing more videos going forward, just breaking down things in extreme detail. So really looking forward to that. In Caspas with the missus taking her for a Miller and Carter. Love that, Jay. Hope you're having a lovely night with the missus. Well deserved getaway, mate. Been crushing it. I don't know how much you're up this month, but insane. It's unfortunate. New trader, it might be worth something which I see come up time and time again. To those who do start journaling, there's very common things. Like, the most objective way to, like, the best way to improve as a trader, and it's the boring option, so you know it works, okay? If something's fun and good and this, that, and the other, then chances are it doesn't work. If it's like you don't want to do it, that means most people don't want to do it. That means it works. And journaling is one of those things, and it's the best way by a mile to improve as a trader. It's far better than system hopping and going from this system to this system to this system. It's far better than anything you find online, no matter what, anything, and I really do mean that. Nothing can compete with the improvement that journaling and finding that data and acting on that will do for your trading, okay? And that's because from journaling you can see, okay, do I perform well on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Maybe you don't perform well on Mondays and Thursdays, so you don't trade those days. Maybe you only perform well during New York's, then you don't trade other ones. Maybe after one stop loss, you tend to have another stop loss. So therefore, you know, okay, after I've had a stop loss, I don't trade for the rest of that day. You can find those patterns, like circumstantial edges, that allow you to just improve your system. And it may be the case, a lot of you may be in this situation where you've got your system, you know, a bit dialed in, you know, things are looking good, but you can't quite get to that over that hump, and you might be trying to optimize your system. The thing which might be holding you back might genuinely be not trading Mondays and not trading London session, and not taking a trade after you've hit one stop loss of the day. That might be what's holding you back from literally achieving profitability and going full time. And imagine you're trying to optimize your system, this, that, and the other, and just journaling your trades for a month and acting on the data that you find is the thing which takes you full time. Like, yeah. Recently in the group that trade, any advice on how to spot these big XEU liquidity grabs? So, John, something which is important definitely is, one thing to clarify is with liquidity grabs, there's liquidity throughout. I think it's good to get and understand what's going on. So when people say liquidity grabs, when people say like liquidity in the space, there's liquidity throughout the market. Okay, all here, there's liquidity. When people are referencing liquidity grabs, they're referencing like taking out a low to grab external liquidity. External liquidity is liquidity that rests above and below highs, to get a big move. And in reality, John, you can't really. A bunch of people in the trading space will say like, okay, you can spot liquidity grabs by doing this, this, and this. But the real way, if you actually want to go down the liquidity grab route, the real way to locate where the orders are and where liquidity is by using something called order flow and going down that route to really find out where actual orders are, and not by looking at candlesticks. Candlesticks don't show us where the orders are. Order flow actually shows you where the orders are. So if you do want to go down that liquidity sweep route in your system, then looking into order flow is probably the way to go. Alex, I'm trying to get naked point control on the chart, but is it fixed volume range profile or session volume profile HD? So Jono, it's session volume profile HD. So if we go on here, we put this on the chart. Let me just go back a bit. You can see, I'll remove this. This is session volume profile HD. The black line is the point of control. And if it hasn't been hit, so for example, this one hasn't been hit, it's a naked point of control. I don't know why it's reset my my settings. I had slightly different settings before. It's all good. But yeah, naked point of control is this black line here. This black line here. It's on session volume profile HD. So yeah. If you ever look at volume footprints, Adam, I have, and I do like looking at sort of going down that route, and I think there's a lot to learn there. Not only in terms of adding to your system, but also in terms of deepening your understanding of the markets. There's definitely a lot, and I do think it's a good rabbit hole to go down. I count. Okay, that's good, Andy. Putting your stop loss where they're risking 1%, or putting your stop loss where you would risk 1%. Hello, DT. Hello. Expand on that a bit more if you can, please, Andy. And by the way, guys, let me know how your day went in the markets today. Let me know if you're looking to trade Asia. I know we're currently at all-time highs, but there's a few things we can look at. Hello, Justine again. But yeah, let me know if you've got any questions. Thank you, Max. What, in layman's terms, difference between liquidity and retest? So liquidity grab would be something like, there's not many here. If we go into a higher time frame, this kind of is a liquidity grab. Yeah, so a liquidity grab would be this here, which is basically, we've got a big wick down. Wicks are liquidity. Wicks show orders. There's a lot of transactions which took place on this wick. And then this wick has just wicked this. Sorry to say wick so much. This wick has wicked below this wick, taking the liquidity out of here. This is this is what it's explained in like SMC. It's not like actually how it works. There's a few things in the trading space like massively that they're easily explained like it, and it makes sense, but it's not how it actually works. And you can profit off not knowing how it actually works and just using it as it is, but this isn't actually how it works. But in SMC, this is how it works. Basically, you've got your wick here, and then you wick below it. And in SMC, it's taught to you that basically people have entered trades there. They've entered buy positions. Where have they put their stop loss? The most obvious place to put the stop loss is below this low. So the market has taken out that low to capture those stop losses before a bigger move to the upside. That's what SMC sort of teaches you, and that's like an example of a liquidity grab. Jason, I didn't know how to explain that without saying wicked about 17,000 times. Exactly, Drew. I agree with that. It was a bit... Listen, let's not talk about that. But yeah, I agree with that, Drew. UK, so I can catch them for future reference, so I know to sit and trade. Mr. Zane, so they're posted in the YouTube description. That takes you to the private group where you can gain access to the public group. That takes you to the public group where you can gain access to the private group. It's been a long day. And in there, that's where signals get posted, mainly during New York session, so sort of 1:30 UK time and onwards, because normally during London session, we just range, and then during New York session, we actually get the moves that we're actually looking for. Yeah, again, London kind of just ranges, which isn't nice. Let's zoom in more. So I risk 1% of my account, $90. Okay, Andy. Yeah, that's good. Risking 1% is good. Yeah, I think there's two ways to really risk in trading. There's one which is risking a set dollar/set pound amount and then compounding it up each week. And then the second option is risking a percentage on every single trade. There's pros and cons to both. So yeah, I like risking a set amount per trade and then compounding up from there. Say you send out. Jason, I think one thing is how many trades you take or how many trades you send out or whatever is not congruent with profitability. I might send out like one trade idea a day or once every 2 days, and you know there's obviously a few levels in between, like 2-3 levels a day, which are normally very, very nice. But there's no need to take a lot of trades. I mean, in trading, the less you trade, the more profitable you will be. Would you rather take 10 trades a day and be break even, or take 2 trades a month and be profitable? It is 100%. The less trades you take, the more profitable you will be. There's two ways, something which I've explained in depth the past few live streams, but I think it is extremely important, like so important, is there's 2 ways to go from unprofitable to profitable. 2 ways. And that is taking more winning trades or taking less losing trades. A lot of people, they try and take more winning trades. They try and squeeze their system as much as they can and try and get as much out of their system as possible and try and just get as many trades as possible. What this does is it means you start taking trades which aren't the most high quality setups, which is obviously not good. Fees and spreads and everything eat at your system, which do eat at your system over time. And 3, you're in the markets more, so your mentality can get a bit messed up over time, which obviously isn't good. Whereas taking less losing trades, you can focus on when your system is at its pinnacle and take the best trades possible. You're paying less spreads, less fees, and your mentality is so much better. Like if you're in 2-3 trades a month, let's say, your mentality is going to be far better than someone who's trading every day. The idea of a trader wakes up and trades every single day, it isn't the case. You know, there's a few great opportunities a week, and you've just got to make sure you're there and you're taking advantage of them. And then, you know, allowing those trades to slowly and naturally turn into swing trades is I think the most efficient way to get to profitability. I think one Wow Town wants a shorter Tesla. I think he does. Take 100% I've tried to take 3 to 6 trades today from all the educators and lost pounds. Starting to take 1 to 3 a week has proven to work. 100%. One of the like one person from the group who's absolutely crushing it, Nisi, who's an absolute beast. I remember she sent me a message. This was months ago. She was making good money then. She's making really good money now, but she was making really good money then. And what she did, and we had a phone call actually, no, a video call. And she said to me, she kept it very simple. She said, when I see a trade come through in the group, I decide whether I like it and whether I should take it or whether I don't. Just because a signal comes through doesn't mean you take it. And she waits for the trades to come through and she decides, okay, do I like this or do I not like this? And then if she likes it, she enters it. And this means she's not taking as many trades, she's not as stressed, and it works out better. 100% the way to go. More trades, and I remember when I had this mentality, I thought, and I think a lot of people had this as well, I thought, okay, what I can do is I can enter, and I know a lot of people have this mentality when it comes to signal groups as well. Okay, if I'm in 5 signal groups and they all send out trades and I take all of them, then surely I'll make more money. No, you'll lose money faster, guaranteed. Okay, that's not the way to go. And I remember I thought, okay, well, I'll use this system and this system and this system and this system all at the same time. And even if one isn't doing well, the others will make up for it. And I quickly now realise that is most definitely not the way to go at all. And it's hard to explain. It is hard to explain to, especially beginners in trading, that taking more trades, even if you backtest your system and do this and do this and do this, if you're taking more trades off loads of different systems, etc., like it will actually go worse for you, because we're all sort of programmed to think more work equals more money, when it's not the case. Patience is key. 100%. I appreciate that, MC. Okay, nice KAR. Look forward to you joining the team, mate. World free speech. What happened to what was the crypto you loved? XRP. Are you still holding XRP? World free speech. World free speech. He does these. He says about this like shorting stuff, but when he actually actually engages, like has a conversation, he's actually a nice guy. But he likes to promote Tesla shorts. I don't know. I wish him the best with it. That's 2 weeks. Glad I joined this place now. Nice, Nate. Love that. That was a bot. No. You're not holding XRP anymore. Why aren't you holding XRP? I don't hold any XRP, by the way. For those in the crypto space, yeah, be careful. If anyone asks you for crypto, they are trying to scam you. Run away. I don't say. It did, Joe. Definitely. First. What do you mean? Which Fabio is? What do you mean? Thought it was a bot. No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, I'm not a fan. You can let me know as well if you've got any sort of crypto questions or trading questions. Let me know, and I'll happily break them down. And if you do want more information on the private group as well, let me know. There is a link on the YouTube description. Vantini. Oh, really? I didn't know he was into XRP. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Look, and you can not be a fan of something and not like something, and because of the world we're in, and just make money from the hype. That's absolutely fine. But yeah, yeah, for investment, no. Feel like Max don't sleep today. I'm actually not. Good runners. Now there will be a pullback coming soon. You will see, but that's good after the rain and sunshine. Okay, I agree with that. World free speech. I do think a pullback. I've got a nice buy level on Bitcoin as well. John, so silver's a lot less liquidity than gold. Silver's a lot less liquidity than gold, and so it's a great silver's a great not financial advice, but a great long-term investment type of deal. But gold's just better, far better trading conditions, far better. So yeah, me a couple. Got I'm a crypto guy now. Jokes aside, I bought just a couple. Okay, cool. World free speech. Basic with VWAP, we'll get it on. I like it. Oh wait, gotta bloody update it. Oh wait, there it's not. VWAP like resets at the start of each day, but right now it hasn't reset on this one. There we go. On this chart, it has. Basically, what happens with VWAP is at the start of each day it resets, and so basically VWAP gravitates towards the most recent price, and so that's why it's literally going inside gold right now. Yeah, this VWAP, I do agree. Very nice. Perfectly on these highs back here. Perfectly. But I know what's coming. I'm not saying it's a big crash, but it will be slider bigger pullbacks coming only to run up in a couple of months. I trust you, World Free Speech. By the way, I only checked the other day. Elon Musk's net worth now is crazy. Let me check. Let me just make sure. Boom. Should be all good. There we go. Yeah, INUP VWAP close them highs. Yeah, very nice. But the thing is though, we might not get there. By the way, we do have. I don't know what this trend line was. Okay, are we ready to see the exact top on gold? This trend line, telling you. Asia hitting 5K. I think it's very likely. Well, I think it is very likely, actually, yeah. What's the mark? Nice, DB. He's trying to catch. Look, I'm definitely not trying to catch the top. Definitely not. But I do find it interesting with those sort of. There was a guy I used to watch, like, I'm talking years ago. He'd draw on his chart like these spider lines from like very historic previous highs, and they would always be like spot on. So I just got into the habit of doing it, and I just find it interesting. What do you mean, Drew? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait there. I've got a trend line in the way. It can't hit 5K. I think a nice little reaction from this. Chopper. Yeah, crazy. Absolutely insane. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying the live, double tapping the screen does help spread the live around. Kind of want to see how this is gonna go. Obviously, we've gapped up, holding above. The big sign is if we hold above VWAP. That's the big thing. That kind of gives you a big telltale sign of what's to come. I mean, we bounced off it here. You can see how it's very strong. How we react to VWAP is very important. I agree, Adam. Lead line concrete, yeah. Wait there, where's Craig's brick walls at? I quite enjoy these late lives as well. By the way, I did go live very late tonight because I had a few things I had to do before, and I had to do them. And then I've got a flight in about 3 hours, so I just thought I'm gonna get no sleep anyway. So might as well see how Asia is and go from there. I've got a few things I've got to do before that as well. Oh god, I'm so hyped up. I need a Red Bull. Because it is, Luke. I agree with that. Aviation and Swiss. A lot of aircraft will be delivered to Britain, Dubai, Korea, Qatar. World free speech. You're on the cutting edge of geopolitics. XVR. Nah, it's all good. I know what I need to. To be fair, I'll sleep on the plane, and then when I get there as well. Oof. And so, yeah, I'll finish up this live. Do the sort of I've got things I've got to do for about an hour. And then yeah. Are you ready for this to be the exact top? Yeah, it's a super short flight, but I'll get on it. I'll just pass out for a bit, get there, like have like 3-4 hours sleep. Okay, wait there. The trend line. We might have to readjust. We might have to readjust. Wait there. By the way, guys, I am not taking shorts in this market. Just to be very, very, very clear, I am 1000% not shorting now. After that gap up, I am not. Okay. Where is... it doesn't really work. We'll leave this one here. Okay, we've readjusted. It's fine. It's holding on. In the beginning, I meant this trend line. This trend line. So don't know. I mean, you definitely do what your system says, but if we're holding above VWAP, there's no sign of a range here. I did think before, more consolidation in this zone. I thought like a bit of consolidation here, and before the big move up. I said in the private group that's what I was sort of hoping would happen. But it's just way too bullish for that to happen. So yeah. But yeah, be careful. Oh, nice, Drew. Very nice. Chopper, look, no one noticed. No one noticed. I'm definitely not shorting, so it's fine. But I'm telling you, the trend line I had on before is just it's not a thing. But guys, if you do have any questions to do with trading, to do with crypto, to do with the private group, then please let me know. I'll happily answer any questions. It's quite difficult to mark up like genuine levels right now. We are sticking above VWAP, which is a very telltale sign that we are going to continue up further. And yeah, let's see what goes on here. Something which is very interesting as well is, I think this is a really, really good thing to do, which I mentioned to a few members recently actually, is when you wake up in the morning in London session, looking at how Asia was, like looking at the price action in Asia, looking at the volatility in Asia, that can really help you for the rest of the day as well. So looking what Asia did can be a really good sign, because chances are Asia does some like crazy stuff. London just freezes and just ranges, and then Asia, like the price action in Asia, can come into New York as well. So yeah. Yeah, XPR. Look, I love trading ranges at all-time high. Ranges at all-time high are absolutely brilliant because you've got a very clear bias that you're going to make another all-time high. And you can just, hedge positions at the top. You can get into buys at the bottom, below the value area low. And it's just lovely. Really nice. My favorite price action. But when we're just making all-time highs, it's a bit annoying. I do agree. That's not the one to go off. Daily open. Oh. Obviously, price action is very different depending on data at the beginning of the session, because we haven't got that level of liquidity, etc. Wait there, the original trend line. Wait there, where was the original? I want to find the original. Was it here? I'm just looking for the original trend line that we put on. No, it wasn't there. I want to find it. That trend line could be right, yeah. This was the original trend line. We're going to ignore that full escapade that went on. The original trend line's holding true. Let me go back here. There we go. Definitely. Something to notice as well, which is very important, is when I'm at the charts, I'm moving time frames a lot. I'm going from time frame to time frame, okay? And this is something which is really important, is not sticking on one time frame. I think using it as sort of a scale. You know, you zoom out, then zoom in. If you want more information, you zoom in. If you want less information but a clearer picture, you zoom out. Like, I'm constantly switching between time frames. It helps so much. Adam. Rewind. Yeah, exactly. I find trend lines interesting. Yeah. Look, there's something which is, you know, trend lines are kind of like, a lot of people in the trading space want to appear smart. They talk about SMC and all of these things being how institutions move. Look, SMC and concepts like it can work and do work, but to say that that's how institutions trade is not the case at all. But they say that and they think they sound smart when they're saying like, oh yeah, you're trading with institutions, when like to retail traders, you like to normal, not to retail traders, but to new traders, it sounds really smart. But then they like just have like, they say trend lines and everything don't work and this, that and the other. And trend lines can be very effective, definitely. Let's Love trend. Yeah, they can be very good. So Jing Yap, just looking at price action, looking at the slope of the moves, how big the candles are. Was it a ranging session? Was it impulse moves to the upside? Things like this. You can use stuff like ATR, so average true range, to actually measure the volatility, which can be good as well. And I do like ATR is a very, very underutilized indicator, actually. Coming to this previous high here. So yeah, you can use that as well. XPR. Red candles mean no trading. Let's see how we bounce off this previous high. This can give us a good sign. Standard breakout with a gap up and retest. But yeah, let me know if you are actually looking to trade over Asia. Let me know what your plan is for tomorrow, and then we'll finish up this live, as I do have to get some things done before the flight. But after a long day, I thought a good long live stream over the start of Asia is needed. Buys. It was the exact bottom to the pip. We are below VWAP, so keeping that in mind. It would be really good if we did have a pullback from here, didn't touch VWAP, London ranged, and then we came up, touched VWAP during New York. when price doesn't touch VWAP during Asia, it's sort of a circumstantial analysis. When price doesn't touch VWAP during Asia, and then it doesn't touch it during New York, and then it doesn't touch it during London, New York price is just pulled to the VWAP. So you can have a really good bias. Like it happens you can find so many examples of Asia trending above or below VWAP, normally below VWAP for gold. Asia trending below VWAP, London ranges, and then New York just gets yanked to VWAP. It happens a lot. Are you trading over Asia, Zach? Fair play. Really nice. Since we are moving up constantly and not getting big pullbacks. Yeah, I think there's some nicer levels below to be fair, but that previous high is definitely, I mean, the reason put it on is definitely high. I think a retest of VWAP seems logical before a further move down. VWAP is a very strong level. It's a dynamic support and resistance. It's like EMA, but it's weighted towards volume. So it's very, very strong. Reset to the start of each day. That's why it's gravitated towards price here. That's why it's jumped up to price. You see it's jumped up a fair bit because we've had such a bullish J. It's jumped up all of the way. But yeah. Nice. Super nice with the range in at all-time high. That value area low is always nice, and I try leave a runner because if we came out of that range bullish, there's a chance we break out the range bullish. Yeah, 100%. 100%, Adam. I completely agree with that. We've had the nice bounce. Now we're off to the races to the downside. But yeah, I completely agree with that, Adam. I think that makes a lot of sense. Anything. If VWAP doesn't, then that just means that if we don't test VWAP, that means come New York tomorrow, we're just going to get yanked towards VWAP. And VWAP can be a very good sign. Like if we hit VWAP and we reject off it sharply, then that shows to me, okay, we're going to trend to the downside quite a bit. If we break through the VWAP with substantial volume, then that suggests to me, okay, we're going to trend above the VWAP. I want to look for buys now. The VWAP's a very good, telltale sign. We'll go back a few sort of examples of that. We'll go to this chart here. Is a better example. We can see breakthrough with volume, retest, continue down, another retest. Again, it's not an exact line, it's an area. But you can see breakout, big volume, come back down, retest, and then we trend above it for the rest of the day. We trend above it for the day, come back down, retest here, boom up, retest here, boom up. Here, perfect example. We open below it, trend down, test it, continue to the downside. When we break through it with substantial volume, we come back and test it, and then we boom to the upside. Here, just range in London session, which is awful. But most of the time, breakthrough, react. Obviously not a nice range there, react there. React there, react there, react there, react there. There's so many examples of VWAP in the sort of general area of VWAP being very nice. That's all the daily opens, by the way. That's what that is. So, struggling to get past. Honestly, this looks juicy. Golden Pocket plus VWAP. Yeah, Golden Pocket plus VWAP is very nice. Currently, this is the 1 minute time frame. Obviously, market's just opened. Wait for pullback down to be a nice area. I agree with that, Adam. I agree with that. Love what Adam's up for Asia session. By the way, the trend line. The trend line was actually pretty spot on. Which is hilarious. Yeah, struggling. Daily Open's another great level. Daily Open, VWAP. But that's, Adam, that's a sizable bit down from where we are now. I don't know if we'll have enough selling pressure to get down to those levels. It's the same on every time frame, Sunit. VWAP's the same on every time frame. So we can look at it here. And then if we go out to the 30-minute, it's still, like, you can't see it because it's in the candle, but it's in the exact same position. It's the same on every time frame. I agree, Adam. And the thing is, though, there's so many nice buy levels, and a lot of them we won't actually come to. Cold blood, what do you mean? But yeah, we'll be finishing up the live shortly, guys. If you do have any questions regarding the private group, regarding trading, regarding anything in the trading related space, then don't hesitate to drop me a comment on here, or drop me a message on the Telegram, which is linked on the YouTube description, and I'll happily go into detail on that. I appreciate that, Adam. I think it has been a good live. It's been a very chill live, so I appreciate everyone tuning in, asking questions, everything like that. It's been a pretty chill live. I've enjoyed it though. It's good. I do like these sort of later night lives where it's a bit more chill. Just looking at what's going on. VWAP settings are the exact same. So when you put VWAP on, sorry, wrong thing. When you put VWAP on, you will have these bands here. These bands are a standard deviation away from VWAP, and they're very good in a ranging market. But in a trending market like we are in, they're not very good. And, excuse me, I don't really use them. So when you first put on VWAP, you'll have these bands. They are a standard deviation away from VWAP. You can use them depending on your system, but I don't particularly like them. I just like standard VWAP. No mo. Drew. Great love as always. Have a safe and great trip, Max. I appreciate that, Jack. XVR. I'm down for that. I'd be happy with that. Let's this looks, if this lines up with something, let me just get this on. I think we can pull it from this low actually. Okay, there we go. Boom. So this here is nice. Previous high, golden pocket. Strong previous high that we broke through with substantial volume. Golden pocket, 0.618 level. This is nice. By the way, it looks like we're far away. We're on the 1 minute time frame, so it's actually like it's actually not that distant from price where price is now. Quite a tight level as well. Let's zoom out a little bit more. Boom. That's nice, and it lines up with this here, which is also nice. Something to look at is this trend line as well. Nah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, I think that's nice. I'll be keeping an eye on this. I'll set my alert there. But yeah, I'm already in a buy. Are you in a buy from the daily open, Jay, or from yesterday? World Free Speech. Let me know on the next live, World Free Speech. Let me know. Get on the live early, and we'll go over. I'll take a look at Tesla. We'll have a look, because I'm intrigued. And I don't trade Tesla. I've never traded Tesla. I've held Tesla, but I've never like day traded it or even intraday or swing. But yeah, we'll take a look. 4,900, yes, definitely, Jack. It's a big psychological level. Definitely keep in mind at that level. Okay, I kind of want to keep this on because I do feel we will come down here quicker than, like, hopefully quite quickly. If this daily open doesn't hold. I'm hoping the daily open doesn't hold. Big Asia pump. Look, I'm all for it. Asia can pump after it's dumped a little bit. Like, Asia, let us get in first, and then, you know, it can go. Oh, I hope not a 400 pip stop loss. Usman. I feel I feel like Asia is where the degenerate trading comes out. Everyone's looking for the 5-second bull flag to break to the upside. I like it. Yeah, I think it's nice, Adam. I do like that level. I feel like Asia is definitely where some crazy trading goes down. It is a nice session though. Look, if I was in a different part of the world, I would actually like delegate a lot of time towards trading Asia. But it's a pain. We need to sleep sometimes, so it's a pain. But there's normally actually really good price action during Asia. It normally goes for like 3 months good price action, 3 months not. So yeah, it's a bit annoying. For next week. In terms of gold, Sunnet. Adam, on the 1 minute. I mean, you can pull it on the 5 minutes from here. This low at 4905 to the most recent high. One tick fair value got filled. Looking for sure. XVR, man. Definitely take care, guys. Of course, you know, during Asia. Definitely take care. Yeah, let me just grab my vitamin water thing. There we go. This water's so good. It's in terms of gold. I think overall I did put my what did I put in the private group? Basically, I do think short term things aren't as good for gold because, well, good for gold. Things are very good for gold. It's just that the dollar is very strong. I did put in the I put in the private group after Trump's I put in the private group after Trump's speech this. But basically what this goes over is, I think short term it's mixed because gold is very strong right now, like fundamentally very good. But the dollar is also like very good, which can cap gold's upside, because if the dollar performs well, then it's not as good for gold. But basically what I put was the US dollar, bullish bias, emphasis on strong growth, higher tariffs, energy dominance, US being number one, supports strong dollar narrative, implied continued capital into US assets, US lead AI growth. That's a story for a different day in terms of what's going on with AI. And then gold is mixed because short-term USD plus growth optimism can cap gold's. Here we go. Can cap the upside for gold if USD is very strong. And then medium to long term though, definitely bullish. So over the next like weeks, months, want to keep an eye on this. Over the next weeks, months, increased geopolitical tension with Greenland, NATO strain, Ukraine, China competition, etc. Expansionary stance and rising debt, militarization. So that's what's going on in the US, which can really impact gold's price to the upside because of what's going on in Greenland and everything like that. So over the medium to long term, I think gold is just so strong with everything that's going on. But short term, if we do see the strength in the dollar, which is sort of kind of expected, we could see gold's upside being a bit capped. By the way, the trend line. The trend line from the start of the live. Can we... I never doubted that trend line, ever. I knew that trend line was going to be good. Never doubted it for a second. Let's take a look. I mean, there's a few potential areas. There we go. Yeah, the trend line was actually crazy. Yeah, long term, I think long term gold will generally trend to the upside because obviously hedge against inflation, etc. And then Trump's sort of push on lowering interest rates, which increases the economy in the short term, increases spending, borrowing, etc. Is obviously good for the economy in the short term, but then can lead to dire consequences for inflation over the long term, which can then lead to gold going through the roof. And I think this huge gold rally, definitely in part because of largely in part because of that. Alpha, I do Confluence trade. Yeah, this looks decent. This stop loss here, just under this previous low. I do kind of want to use a tighter one to begin with, and then sort of layer into the position, just in case we come to this this previous high here. Might be a good idea to save some capital and not enter the full position there. Might be a good idea. Yeah, Usman, I hold on to most positions that I take. I hold on to partials. So for the past, like, I used to go live on TikTok like well over a year ago now, and go live and trade on there. Excuse me. This was when before I started the group, and just because I enjoyed talking, I wanted to speak about trading, and back then I was even saying then, literally, like 9 out of 10 positions I enter, I hold partials past take profit. I don't really set a set take profit. I always trail the stop loss, move the stop loss up, and hold partials of the position. Literally every single trade, unless I'm hedging buys with sells, then I won't. But most of the time I will. Hello, Mohammed. Hello. But yeah, most of the time I'll near enough every time I'll hold positions open. Yeah, listen, I was gonna finish the I was gonna finish the live then, but we dropped off a cliff, so I kind of want to see what happens now. And no, Jack, I moved the stop loss up. So I moved the stop loss under previous lows, or at sort of a big EMA or something like this. Like I trail it under low, like most of the time I trail it under lows, under like significant higher time frame market structure and things like this, just to squeeze the most out of the move. Mohammed, most of the time not, but today I had a very busy day earlier on. So I normally go live at 8 p.m. UK time. But today I couldn't, so I went live later on, and then I've just kind of stayed live. I've got a flight at 6 a.m. Dubai time, so I live in Dubai in about 2.5 hours. So I just thought, it's going to be a long day anyway. So yeah, might as well see what happens now, and then I can sort of sleep on the plane and figure that out from there. Yeah, Timothy. So higher time frame divergences on Fu Manchu, significant market structure on higher time frames, and then just as the trade rides, like I just take partials as the trade rides in my favor. There's no perfect. You're never going to catch the top. You're never going to get that perfect exit. Like it doesn't exist, unfortunately. So what you want to do is when trade's running in profits, you want to just take profits off the trade systematically as you ride up. Not close you out. If with the trailing stop loss, then yes, it would. So if we do, come down significantly and we take out a lower, something like this, then I do get stopped out, but stopped out in profits. Talk about liquidity. Why do you? What's going on with liquidity, Mohammed? What do you mean? Why do you want to learn about liquidity? Let's have a drink. It's a late one today. Mohammed, you'll see a lot in the trading space about liquidity. Most of it is complete BS, and they don't know what, like, actually know about liquidity. So definitely be careful with that. Liquidity isn't like a secret thing to print infinite money. So just be careful. A lot of people say liquidity in the space to try and sound smart. On Discord with a fundamental outlook for the week ahead, please. Usman, this is coming. So something new that's coming to the group will be fundamental outlook for gold and various currency pairs in the private group, with reasoning behind that as well. So this is something which is coming to the private group within the next like 7 to 10 days. So I'm going to Doha, which is like it's only like an hour away from here. I'm going for the weekend, and then I'm back on Sunday night. All good, Jack. All good. Okay, guys, I am going to finish up this live here. If we do come down to that level, I will update in the private group. But I've got a few other things I've got to do before the flight. So if we do come down to that level, which I hope we do, then I'll update the private group accordingly. And I hope everyone had a great night. I appreciate everyone tuning into the live. If you did enjoy the live, thanks. And the link to the private group is on the YouTube description to join us there. So have a great night, guys. Make sure you get some sleep. Make sure you feel good for tomorrow. And yeah, take care, everyone. See you all in a bit. See you in a bit, DB. See you in a bit, New Trader. See you in a bit, Valo. See you in a bit, Usman. See you in a bit, Jason. See you in a bit, Justine, Mohammed, Adam, Timothy, Paul, XPR, Tony. What's we had in here? Chris. Take care, guys. Have a great rest.